Hello everybody and welcome back to another Movie Nights movie review. My name is Dalton and today we're going to be talking about Godzilla vs. Kong. This is a very hard movie to review because, a lot of the times when I review movies I go into character and story and how the two interact and, what deeper themes does this film present. And nobody went to this fucking movie looking for that. They came because big monsters fight, yes, and this movie delivers on that promise in spades. You do get an awful lot of Godzilla vs. Kong in the movie. You get Godzilla doing his own shit, you get Kong doing his own shit, and the spectacle was great, huge, awesome, grand, and wonderful. And I'm lucky enough to where I live, theaters are open, I got to see this at a Dolby theater. It was beautiful. Another thing in the string of positives is the visual effects were obviously outstanding, like incredible visual effects. Like there's even a sequence where Kong is in Antarctica, and the snow on his fur, just how they were able to get those visual effects, animation, and interaction was mind-blowing. It looked insanely good. And the actual action scenes with Godzilla and Kong are extremely well done. Very creative ways of having them fight. Very, interesting cinematography, which I think it's still the same phrase if it's all CGI. But a lot of it is shot from the ground, so you kind of get the scale of how huge these things are. And at no point did the action feel stale or fake. It really immersed you into this world of this giant lizard and this giant gorilla. It did bring up some of the story elements from the previous movies in this universe, but again, I think maybe even half the people going to see this movie haven't even seen the other ones, so it doesn't really matter. And Hannah came and saw it with me, and she hadn't seen any of the previous ones, and she kind of knew what was going on, so you don't have to see any of the other ones to understand it at all. Alright, yeah, and I'm gonna be that guy that brings up a little bit of character and story in the review. I'm sorry, it's what I do. A lot of the human relationships on the King Kong side of things was actually pretty interesting. There's a little girl who can communicate with Kong, that's in the trailer, don't worry, I won't spoil anything. And, that whole relationship and that dynamic actually tied into the story quite well. Kong is very central to the movie. It almost felt like a King Kong movie with Godzilla kind of in it, which, if you would have told me beforehand, I would have felt sour about it, but I think it worked in the film. However, on the Godzilla side of things, not very good story and interesting characters, although Brian Tyree Henry is in this film, and he probably gives the best human performance in the movie. He is so funny, and he was kind of, in those sections without the monsters where you're like, all right, let's get back to the monsters. He kind of carried those scenes with his charismatic performance, so credit where credit's due to him. And there's some script stuff that doesn't make sense, but am I gonna go into it? No, because it's Godzilla versus Kong. That's what you came to see, and they fought, and it was awesome. So this review, again, is a little difficult because I just feel like I should just talk about that note because it's the only reason why people are watching the movie. And on that note, it succeeded greatly, but there were some little things in the film that did bother me, but overall, the experience was great. My audience was eating it up in the theater. People were clapping. It was awesome. So I'm going to give Godzilla vs. Kong a B. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.